All right, time limit. Here we go. Got to get it done as fast as possible. I got to go all the way out of the dimension of the screen to get my timer, which I thought I had up. No, I don't. Yeah, stretch. Boy, it was a long day. And it still ain't over. It's a day that starts early and goes late. It's a day of PT. It's a day of family dinners. It's a day of the week. It's a chocolate day. I was just informed that my logo is backwards because we're in selfie mode. Blew my mind. Now I'll have to print the logo backwards so that when I record it forwards, it's backwards. But no, when I record it backwards, it's forwards. We did the workout at PT in backwards order today. Keep on the backwards theme. Kind of crazy. It made like the easy exercises way harder, and it didn't seem to make the hard exercises any easier. There's one where we plank and lift weights up behind our back, and she was like, I want you to do that, but I want you to have your arms like you're a capital I, and then you have your arms like you're a capital T and raise them. And I was like, oh, I never did the T thing before. And she's like, what? We haven't? We've been doing it for 6 weeks. And she's like, we never did it that way? That was freaking hard. It was the first thing we did, more or less. And then we did the push-ups and shrugs, and we did rubber bands, and we ended with the ones you kind of see in these videos. But yeah, we're keeping up with the wound care. I talked to her about more difficulties I have as things get better. Like, okay, well, now that I'm recovered, I don't know how recovered, but I've had some recovery. I have a hard time lifting my arm like this after I go for a walk with my backpack and stuff. And she's like, oh, your backpack's too heavy. I'm like, no, my backpack's empty. I just wear it because it's comfortable. When I first started walking more than 2 years ago, I wore it because my back would hurt, and I felt like I needed something to like counterbalance my torso. So I would wear the backpack and put my arms on the straps and kind of hold them like you're holding suspenders, and like you're pushing out your suspenders like you're a big time country lawyer that's not a city lawyer. And that helped my back, which I was walking because I was T-boned by this kid in a car, and my back hurt all the time. So I thought, I better walk and see if I can get it strong again. And she's like, oh, the backpack's heavy. I said, no, it's empty. She's like, wait, what? I said, well, it maybe just the straps alone are enough to pressure your deltoids and stuff. And she said, try lifting your arm, like shrug your shoulder and put your thumb up when you lift your arm. And I was like, oh, wow, it's incredibly easier to do. Plus, I think in the past 6 weeks, once we were at day 3 of recovery from the surgery, I haven't had a day off from any kind of workout at all. Either these light PTs I do at home, the PT at the surgery, walking 3 to 4 miles now per walk, a couple of walks per day the other day, things like that. So she's like, maybe you should take a day off. And yesterday I went to the actual doctor, Akazuki, and did a check-in there. That was my second post-op check-in. And he was like, yeah, you're 6 weeks out, you look really good. But we were doing a lot of like, he would like hold my hand and I would try to like muscle him around and do all this crap just to test where I was. And he was very happy with it. But when it was all over, I was like, my arm's so tired. I do all these workouts, but then this one like test of strength thing like wears me out and leaves my triceps aching more than anything else. Really funny. Well, I mean, funny, really funny. Uh, so I was telling the gal at the PT, like, still literally the only time I said, we should just keep an eye on what we're doing is maybe take it a little lighter today than we usually do. And then, of course, we didn't. As far as I could tell, we didn't. We still used the 8-pound weights for everything, or 16 pounds. And doing everything backwards meant I was getting tired with exercises that I normally don't get tired with, because they're the first things we do in the evening. Just nuts. Just, they don't mean anything by it, but it's. I guess if you get through it, you get through it, because I'm literally like, we should take it easy. And then we didn't, and we made it. Although, when I was at like number 40 of an exercise where we take a weight and we hold it in our hand like this, put the arm out and lift it up over our head, do that like 40 times, and it's 16 pounds of weight. And I get to like 35 and I'm like, I'm dying. She's like, take a break. And then I do like 4 more, and she's like, okay, you're good. And I'm like, no, I have 1 more. Like, going to do 1 more. No, you're good. Stop. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to stop at 1 OA. I mean, they're worried I'll like hurt myself. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm just tired. It's not harm. Doctor gave me a good piece of advice. He's said you can you can lift whatever you can lift, but in order to do it safely, do it as slowly as you can, or not like just don't do it fast, is what he said, actually. So don't like get your arms under something and then try to press it up really fast, or don't hold something that's too heavy and like hold it until you can't hold it anymore, and drop it. He's like, just do things slowly and safely, and you'll be fine. Because technically, in order for the tendon to reattach as good as it can, as well, it takes 12 weeks. So we're at week 6. He literally said at 12 weeks you can go nuts. We can go nuts. So we're still technically pushing for that. I wonder if I'll get a different home workout. We've had this one for at least 2 weeks. Maybe you haven't had it as long. I like this workout. It makes sense to me. It flows the way I have it structured. Flows. They didn't tell me to do it in any particular order, but I was like, I like this order, so I'm going to do it in this order. I like doing these. Except that at the place I do them with like 8 or more pounds, and this is only 4 pounds. 9, 10. I wonder if I intersperse them with the curls. God, my triceps are just killing me. Because I'm just fine curling it, but the tricep gets stretched. It doesn't have to actually contribute, just the stretch of it makes it go, woo, I'm stretching. We're hopefully going to record something in like a couple minutes here with Andy dropping by. Like I've been saying, we can do. I think we're going to do a Doom thing. I grabbed all the Doom wads he recommended. It will be a one-off Doom thing. It won't be a long-running thing. We might put like the Simpsons Doom in there. We might put some Ghostbusters Doom. We got like the Made on a Mac wad. We got the Memento Mori. I remember him talking about Memento Mori, but neither of us can remember any specifics about it. Because we'll either do that or some one-off. We've been wanting to do a Streets of Rage remix video of like a double max run, but we haven't really practiced that much, so it might not be smart of us to go into it like rusty. I've got a ton of practice on Final Fight LNS. I want to put up a video for people who are struggling. and talk our way through like normal mode. Um, maybe talk people through how to use cheat engine to get extra lives so they can just do stuff in the game and enjoy it. Yeah, game is wild. Every time I play it, I get a little bit better at it. But the first few playthroughs, I didn't really feel like I was getting better, but I definitely was. And then now I'm like trying different things and speeding it up, going back to characters I didn't like and being like, well, they have different advantages. Oh, everything's in moderation. You don't know what you don't know. But yeah, so he should be here in a minute. I can call this a shorty. See what we got for time. Yeah, 10 minutes. Let's just hit it before it goes to 11. This one goes to 11. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.